everybody, I'm out here today in what must be the hottest day of the year to come support a foundation, the Education Foundation of Palm Beach County. You will be shocked how many kids live below the poverty line in Palm Beach County. To me, education is one of the most important things in life that allows kids to get ahead and become more than what their opportunities seem like they would be. So I'm here to talk to James Gavrilos. Everybody loves James. If you don't know him yet, you need to so that you'll love him. He's the president and CEO of the Education Foundation of Palm Beach County, and he's going to tell us a little bit more about what he and his foundation do. Take it away.
It is a pleasure to work with Barbara Oleska, the realtor to the stars. She is one of my heroes because people say everybody in Palm Beach knows James Gavrilos. Well, those who don't know me, they know Barbara. And I love partnering with you on this. The Education Foundation is the nexus point between the business and our local community and the school system, because our schools need help. The Education Foundation does two basic things. We award grants to creative teachers, and this year we've awarded over $1 million in grants to some of our incredible Palm Beach County public school teachers. You're here today, Barbara, in our signature program. This is Red Apple Supplies. The average teacher in America spends $500 a year out of their own pocket buying school supplies for their students.
Which is shocking to me. I've been in the high schools and saw teachers come in with their own stuff, just paper and staples. It's terrible.
Well, this is the level of love they have for their kids. 1 out of 5 children live below poverty in Palm Beach County. Barbara, you said the number was shocking, and it is. In a school district the size of the Palm Beach County School District, that's 40,000 kids who are going to go back to school in 2 weeks, and they don't have pencils and pens and paper and backpacks and glue sticks and scotch tape and all the things that every other kid does. Barbara, think about going to school as a second or a third grader on the first day, and you sit down at your desk and everybody's got a new backpack and a new folder and their new paper, and you've got nothing.
I can't imagine it. I was fortunate enough that my parents were able to provide that for me, and I feel so badly for the kids who don't have that.
So here's where you come in, and here's where our friends come in. People are donating school supplies all over Palm Beach County, and we need you to join us. We started Red Apple Supplies 5 years ago, serving 8 schools. Then we went to 32, then to 43, then to 53. This year we served 63 schools, and we distributed over $1 million in school supplies to our local teachers to get to their kids. This year we want to do $1,500,000. Teachers put their orders in online. Our volunteers walk up and down the aisles of Red Apple Supply. They box the order up, and our teachers either come and pick it up on Teacher Day, or we actually will deliver in our truck to the schools. As we get ready for the school year, we're doing something new that we're going to walk across, and I'm going to put you to work in this Florida heat.
I've been warned about this. That's why I came dressed to sweat.
So, we are working this week on our backpack initiative. We are packing up 6,500 backpacks and all the school supplies that those kids will need, and we're going to distribute them to our neediest schools. So first of all, let me thank you and everybody who's going to be donating school supplies through Barbara to Red Apple Supplies. Second of all, let's go take a look and see what happens when we start stuffing backpacks.
I'll be doing a supply drive. You can either come by my office, which is in Boca Raton, or you can come to your 2 locations, correct?
Correct. We are at 7071 Garden Road in Riviera Beach. Red Apple Supplies is behind Riviera Prep on the Riviera Prep campus. Or you can come to our main office, which is at 505 South Congress Avenue. It's the building that houses the Education Network. Shoot me an email, just educationfoundationpbc.org. My name is James Gavrilos. I'm the CEO. Let me know when you're coming, and I'll come to the front door and give you the grand tour and accept whatever school supplies you have. But remember something, 40,000 kids are going back to school in 2 weeks, and they don't have paper and folders and pencils and pens. How do we expect that child to learn? How do we expect that child to grow? How do we expect that child to get out of poverty if they don't have the basic tools they need for education? Help us make a difference right here in Palm Beach County.
You already know me and my information, and it will be there on the post, and I'll also be sharing that with you. And remember, it's not just the next 2 weeks, it's all year long. And so we want to do our part to make sure the kids of Palm Beach County have the best chance possible. Show me what you got. Let's go shopping.
Let's go shopping. And since the pandemic, we've shifted to an online shopping model. So our teachers get online and they place their order, and then our volunteers come in and literally walk up and down the aisles, and you can see scissors, dry erase boards, dividers, correction tape, Post-it notes. I mean, Barbara, everything that a student would need to get through the school year is here.
It's amazing that teachers can come and get stuff. Again, all year long they need these things.
Well, and think about how the world has changed in the last year. Lysol disinfectant wipes, Hand sanitizer. These are things we never had to worry about before. Paper towel. We actually, believe it or not, here at Red Apple Supply, we keep underwear.
Got tissues too.
We have tissues. You think about a first grader living in poverty, if they have an accident in the classroom, what do? They don't have an extra pair of underwear. So we actually provide some clothing for our teachers who give it to their kids. We have the most amazing teachers in the world here in Palm Beach County. We want to make sure they have what they need.
It's so amazing. There is so much money in Palm Beach County, and yet there's so many kids and teachers who need these things who aren't being provided them by the school system.
And ultimately, it's the community's job to step up. I mean, is the school system really, should the school system be providing pencils and pens for kids? The community has to step up and make sure that our kids, these are our kids who have these needs, we need to step up and take care of them.
Well, and something that struck me too is I understand all that lottery money goes to Bright Futures to help pay for college, which is great, except that these kids who need all this stuff probably are not going to be able to advance enough to go to college, so that money's not helping them at all.
At all. This year, the Florida Lottery did do one program to prepare kids for the SAT, which was very nice. But you're correct. Up until that program, most of the lottery money did go to Bright Futures. And in terms of just giving our teachers what they need, it's people like you, Barbara. It's the business community who steps up and says, we want to make sure that these kids have what they need.
And I know if kids get behind in elementary school, they never catch up. And you were mentioning you come to school and you have nothing to bring and all the other kids do. I am going to think that's going to make the kid hang back, maybe not be able to pay as much attention, not learning to read.
Let's take a walk.
Okay.
And let's talk about reading. One of our district's 4 strategic goals, Barbara, is to have 75% of our kids reading on grade level by 3rd grade.
That's it? 75%? Why not 100%?
Well, I would agree with you on that one. But why 3rd grade? Why is 3rd grade reading so important? You couldn't make this stuff up. The state of Texas determines how many prisons they're going to build based on 3rd grade reading scores.
No.
I'm not making this up. In 2009, Northeastern University did a study, and a child reading below grade level at 3rd grade is 4 times more likely to drop out of school. If they're in poverty, it's 6 times. A child who drops out of school is 69 times more likely to be incarcerated than a child who finishes. From 0 to 3rd grade, you're learning how to read. From 3rd grade forward, you're reading to learn. This happens. The kids
and
down
you
here,
get behind.
the kids here, Barbara,
catch up.
they have the same IQ as the kids up here. They just don't want to read. And so one of the things we try to do is push books out. We partnered with Scholastic Books this year, and we were able to distribute 26 pallets of books, age-appropriate books, out to our kids. So one of the things we've added this year is this construction section, sponsored by our amazing construction partners who work with the school district. And what they do is provide STEM kits. All these things are designed to get young kids thinking about science, technology, engineering, and math. The key here being, though, Barbara, you see books. We're talking back to literacy.
Right.
We recently received this huge shipment, 26 pallets of books from Scholastic Books, which we then took out to the Glades. When we dropped those pallets off, there were teachers who told us it would be the first time that those kids would ever have a book to call their own. There are no books in their homes. These kids have never had a book. And to see teachers who were so happy, they were crying as we were pulling these pallets of books off the trucks. This is what we're facing here in Palm Beach County. 1 out of 5 kids live below poverty. There are 40,000 children in need, and Red Apple Supplies, we're doing everything we can to make sure that these kids have science and technology and engineering and art and music and creativity and all the supplies they need.
You know, the reading is so fundamental, and I was fortunate in that my parents, my grandparents read to me, so I was reading very, very early and learned a love of reading. And again, you have to get that early. Now, today in our world, you know, where we used to have tons of books in the house, now we have one smartphone.
Right.
And this is one of the reasons why kids aren't learning to read, and you know, maybe their parents aren't able to sit down with them. They have to work, they have to be out, and maybe they didn't have the same advantages that we're trying to give their kids so that they could help their kids, the way I'm sure all of you do with your children.